On a recent trip, Cindy drove her car 290 miles, rounded to the nearest 10 miles. Okay, so this is an important line. So let me quickly take you into the depth of the rounding of rules. Basically, the rounding of up to the 10 miles means that if we have a value 285, that rounded off to the nearest 10 miles becomes 290. If we have a value that is equal to 284, then it becomes 280. So rounding up happens when the unit digit is 5 or greater, right? So similarly, it will continue to go till 294, because that when rounded to the nearest multiple of 10 becomes 290. But when 295 comes, then its rounding to the nearest 10 mile will be to 300, right? Because it will be rounded up, this will be rounded down, this will be rounded down, this will be rounded up. If the unit digit is 5 or greater than 5, then it will be rounded up. So that's what this rounding off means. Now the question has already shared with us that on a certain trip, Cindy drove her car 290 miles, which was rounded to the nearest 10 miles. That means the distance that she drove must have been less than 295, because 295 is not inclusive. If that is rounded, then it will become 300. So I'm not putting equal to sign here intentionally. However, distance has to be greater than or equal to 285. Here the equal to distance can come because 285 is rounded to the nearest 10 miles, then it becomes 290 like I have shown here, right? So that's the first information. And now the second information is that and used 12 gallons of gasoline rounded to the nearest gallon. So the gasoline used in the similar way must have been less than 12.5 but greater than or equal to 11.5, because 11.5 when rounded to the nearest integer becomes 12. 11.499 when rounded to the nearest integer becomes 11, and 12.4999 rounded to the nearest integer becomes 12. 12.5 rounded to the nearest integer becomes 13. This is round up, this is round down, this is round down, this is round up. So here we need to understand that we cannot include 12.5 because when it is rounded to the nearest integer, then it becomes 13. So the signs have been intentionally placed like you see here. Now the question says that the number of miles per gallon. Now we have to find miles per gallon, that means miles upon gallon, and we have to find the range of it. So we have to find the maximum value of this ratio as well as the minimum value of this ratio. Let's quickly understand a fraction such as this can be maximized if the numerator is maximum and the denominator is minimum. But that's useful understanding only if we know that the both numerator and denominator are positive essentially, which we know here because the miles and the number of gallons are both positive. So for the positive values, a fraction is maximized when the numerator is maximized and the denominator is minimized. So the maximum value of miles per gallon can be equal to, or let's see whether it is equal to or not. Maximum value of the distance is 295, but that's not equal to because equal to sign is not here. And the minimum value of the denominator can be 11.5. So we can say that miles per gallon maximum value has to be less than 295 divided by 11.5, and at the same time miles per gallon will be minimum when the numerator is minimum while the denominator is maximum, because both numerator and denominator have to be positive. So the minimum value of the numerator can go up to 285, and so far that is equal to, so I have not crossed it yet, and the maximum amount of gasoline will be 12.5, but that's not acceptable as equal to, so this once again is not equal to. But we understand that the miles per gallon has to be minimum 285 upon 12.5, not equal to this but greater than this. So I have not placed greater than sign, equal to sign anywhere here. Now the moment we have understood this, we understand that miles per gallon has to be exactly between these two ranges. Let's quickly see the options. In fact, after having done this first exercise, we just looked at the options, because you see the first option can be eliminated by just looking at maximum. The second option as well can be eliminated. The third option again is eliminated because the denominator is not 11.5. The fourth option looks absolutely correct. The fifth option could have been eliminated. However, for the conceptual clarity, I have calculated both the ranges And if you see that D option gives you exactly the same range that we have obtained. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it made sense to understand how to round off the number to the nearest 10 to the nearest integer. Thank you so much.